said, don't you know that his people, the Mayans, they understood the concept of a negative number. All right? He said Esau didn't even understand what a negative number is. Like you got -5. -5 plus 2 would be -3. If you understand positive numbers and negative numbers. All right? So that goes right back to the scriptures. Okay? You got anything else? Because I want to bring this clip out. Go ahead.
John chapter 10, verse 16. And other sheep I have which are not of this fold. Them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice. And there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
Now that's talking about, the Lord was telling them that he's going to go, he's going to leave them, and he's going to go to the other side of the world. That's what the Mormons preach about. That how the Messiah came on this side of the world to the Americas and spoke to the Gadites and the Issacharites and the other tribes. And he told them that he was going to come back. All right? So the Mormons know that much. Now I want to go to this clip right here. And this is what Esau has to say about the whole Mayan calendar and so forth, 2012.
'21 is the day, December 21st, 2012. Can you imagine going out perhaps early in the morning on that date, looking up and seeing a large, fiery, tumbling thing headed straight at Earth? Can you imagine that? We'll ask why the Mayans picked that particular date in a moment. I've always baited myself about the end of the Mayan calendar, figuring a couple of Mayans were sitting around. One said to the other, I've had it with this calendar crap, that's it. And that's when they stopped. They just got sick of making calendars. I don't know. But here we have a date, 21 December 2012, which could be the end of all, perhaps. Why that date? On what do you believe they might have based that? I'm going to ask how the Mayans might have known to pick that specific date, 21 December 2012. How did they know? We'll be right back. You believe all this is a recurring cycle of destruction, yes?
I think we have to be open to the possibility that it's a recurring cycle of destruction, because that's precisely what the ancient myths say, that there is some dark danger that visits the earth periodically over long periods of history. It may go away for thousands and thousands of years. It may be completely forgotten. It may be something that people never ever think about, but then, like a grim avenger, it comes back. It returns to strike us down. People never ever think about, but then, like a grim avenger, it comes back. It returns to strike us down again. And there seems to be some kind of cycle operating, which perhaps we don't fully understand. And I suppose the alarming prospect, and the one that should focus our minds and that we should consider seriously, is that this cyclical cataclysm spoken of in the ancient myths and in the traditions just might return in our own time. We should learn the lessons of history, that we should be aware that what struck our ancestors down may return to strike us again today. We could indeed be facing the return. All we have are the memories and the traditions and perhaps the warnings that have been passed down to us by ancient civilizations. And there's no doubt in my mind, very clearly ringing out like a bell, is a warning coming down to us from the past. And
do you think one of those warnings was issued by the Mayans?
Yes, I do. I think the Mayan calendar is extremely interesting in this respect. And the Mayan calendar does, of course, contain a prophecy which could be interpreted as a prophecy literally of the end of the world in our time, certainly of the end of civilization as we know it, and very specific dates. And the date the Maya put on it, translated into our calendar, is the 21st of December, 2012, as of course is very widely known. I think many people in the world today are aware of this ancient warning, and slightly spooked by it, and rightly concerned by what it might mean. Now, it's not as simple as that. The Mayan calendar and the ideas that lie behind it are extremely complicated. The Maya were extraordinarily accurate and precise observers of the heavens, and that they had a very clear knowledge and understanding of time and the way that the passage of time affects the positions of the stars in the heavens, and in particular the positions of those stars lying in the background against the rising point of the sun on the horizon on particular days of the year. And what happens on 21 December 2012, and in fact, really, as John Major Jenkins points out, we're looking more at a window here rather than a very specific and exact moment, a window of about 40 years. Now, I think what's going on here is that the Maya are not saying that that in itself causes the disaster. I think they're saying that that is the marker by which we can recognize the return of the disaster. It's like a clock in the heavens, and their astronomy was so accurate that they were able to predict this event thousands and thousands of years ago.
Well, given that date and a 40-year window, our butts are just about hanging out that window now.
Our butts are right hanging out of that window now, and I do think that we need to take seriously what the Maya had to say, but that it also involves responsibly studying exactly what the Maya did have to say, and that is a very complicated message, not an extremely simple message.
You got, this is about a 10-minute piece, but you got the point. You got the point of this piece right here. Now, you wanted to say something, Mark? You had something to say?
Yeah, this is from the webpage Teotihuacan. Underneath religion, it says, the religion of Teotihuacan was similar to those of the Mesoamerican cultures. Many of the same gods were worshipped, including the feathered serpent, the Aztecs Quetzalcoatl, and the rain god, the Aztecs Tlaloc. The dominant civic architecture is the pyramid. Politics were based on the state religion. Religious leaders were the political leaders. And it's interesting to note that Quetzalcoatl and Kukulkan means basically the same thing, which means the feathered serpent. Right. So.
Now, in the book of Psalm, the 68th chapter, it speaks about the, Psalms, the 91st chapter, it speaks about the angels coming down and their feathers, their hands. That's in Psalms 91. That's in Isaiah. That's also in Psalms 68. Okay. Matter of fact, I believe that's in Psalm 68 and 13. Feathered serpent. Then it also speaks when they left out of Egypt, the Most High instructed Moses to build this brass serpent, and that serpent was called Nehushtan, which means brass serpent. And the ones that looked up to it, which supposedly represent the Yahweh Shai, the snakes and the serpents wouldn't bite them. But the ones that didn't look up got bitten. All right? Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 68 verse.
And let me say this. This right here, these classes these shows that you watch are for more scholarly Israelites. You know, we're not focusing this on them guys that just want to hear us call the white man the devil and all that. We're going. This is not this is not entertainment. This is serious study. So if the Most High gave you that serious mind to get into serious topics, well, you in the right place. Okay? All right, go ahead.
Psalm 68:13. Though you have lion among the pots, yet shall you be as the wings of a dove covered with silver, and her feathers with gold, with yellow gold.
Yeah, because like I said, Kukulkan and Quetzalcoatl means feathered serpent. All right. Now, if you go to the book of Isaiah the 6th chapter and start from the first verse,